Welcome to Chronic Love, where we invite you into our essential discussions on living with and beyond chronic illness.
What is your current relationship with fear?
Fear and me, we're buddies. Like I would be remiss if I tried to act like I don't have fear. Like every cancer patient has fear. There's always that. You don't know when it's going to be your time. That fear for me is at bay. It stays kind of put to the side until I lose somebody in the community. And it's a compounded fear and pain response where you're losing somebody who has what you have. And
Yeah.
so it's like this idea like, hey, not only did I lose a friend and somebody I genuinely cared about, but I lost a friend and someone I cared about to something I have. And so then you start thinking this like, what about me? One of my major fears and one of the things that happens with lung cancer the most is like it spreads to your brain. Lung cancer and your brain are BFFs.
Yeah.
So my fear is always like, what if this headache is not just a headache? Like, what if,
Yeah.
this migraine I have is not caffeine related, but in fact, it's something different. It goes hand in hand with understanding yourself, and so it's like if you lean into that fear and if you really let yourself go on that fear roller coaster and decide, I'm going to ride this ride today, you're going to trigger all kinds of things within yourself. And so you have to really be like, I am going to skip this ride and we're going to let it pass. And that's all I can do, because a lot of times if you let yourself lean into it, all you're going to do is add to it irrationally. Like, well, what if this headache? I had a headache yesterday too. Is that also because of it? You know what? 3 weeks ago, I had a really bad headache, and you start to compound it and it starts to get worse and starts to get worse. So I find for me, it's like if I take that fear and I say, okay, that's a possibility, but you also move forward from there. That's a little bit easier than just staying in that same space and maybe staying on that teacup ride. So for me, it's just a matter of acknowledging it. I think that's always what I do. Acknowledge it
Yeah.
and put it somewhere. Like it's like my like I'm cleaning my house. Like acknowledge it, put it on the shelf where it's supposed to be.
When you face the sorts of things that you are facing in life, right? That invariably like people are gonna face some life-threatening challenges at one point or another, right? You're gonna feel anxiety, you're gonna feel overwhelmed, you're gonna feel fear, right? You're gonna kind of come face to face with your mortality, right? And sometimes we just really want to quiet them or mute or like dial down all the way. But also like these feelings, they're there for really good reason, right? They're letting us know something,
Yeah.
right? That's really important. And so, while we don't want to live there, right? We also like it's important for us to kind of build something of a relationship with these feelings, get to know them a little bit better, get to understand what they're telling us.
The thing with fear is based off irrational, unsubstantiated, sometimes unsubstantiated danger. And so what you kind of need to do is focus on the real. Like, okay, let's look at the situation for what it really is. Like you have a headache, but did you drink enough water today? Probably not. Did you eat right today? Probably not. So it's like looking at the situation as a whole and understanding like, yeah, maybe that's a possibility, but also the more likely possibility in the situation is that you just need to drink some more water.
Yeah.
you know?
It's so easy for us to go to like the worst case scenario, right? The catastrophe has happened before, so of course it's happening again, right? And really what you're saying here is like there are all these other explanations for why this could be happening, right? And so like kind of allowing yourself to come back down to the ground. I remember my oncologist, I like because I used to have that kind of freak out every single time I had some ache or pain or
Yep.
um, and and yeah, I would always worry like every time I had a migraine, like what's really happening here. And my oncologist once said to me, she said, like, give yourself 2 weeks, right? Give yourself 2 weeks. If whatever ache or pain is there, and it continues through 2 weeks and beyond, let's talk about it. But if it goes away, like also, know that there could be other reasons that this is happening.
And I think also too, there's something like when I always tell people to listen to your body, there's also something to be said for just knowing when something is generally not right.
It's this impossible task of like not, overreacting to every sign and symptom, and also not dismissing things that can legitimately be threatening, right? This is like probably one of the toughest tasks. There are so many tough tasks, but this is one of the tougher tasks to face, and also keep your sanity. And also, if you're not sure, right, like always err on the side of caution, report it to your doctor, and make sure that you're accounting for your needs and advocating for yourself. So,
as always, if any of this is helpful for you, we welcome you to click like, to subscribe, to stay tuned to our channel by clicking that notify button, and to join the conversation by leaving us a comment below. We warmly welcome you to the Chronic Love community.